So I wanted to give a couple of examples of some of the works. So one of them is this. Maybe this is work. I mean, I'll hold my breath a little bit. But it comes back to links and about embedding the work and linking to the work. And when it's embedded, I can be pretty certain it would work. And when it's linked, well, you never know. It might be down that day. It could be changing. It could be there's other things going on. That's something deep that we have to get our... I certainly haven't got my head fully around, but we're experimenting with. Okay, so this is a translation of Diderot's Romeo's Nephew. It's a beautiful translation. It's a wonderful translation by a couple of scholars up in Oxford. But that's only the start of it. The editor really felt that if you wanted to understand this work, you had to understand the references to the people and the music that is within the work. And a lot of the people weren't well understood, and a lot of the music was completely unknown. And so she went to Pascal Duc at the Conservatoire of Music in Paris and said, hey, would you guys record the music for this book? So he recorded a whole bunch of music tracks which are completely inaccessible anywhere else. And with a bunch of students had a project, they produced effectively an album. And the album is embedded into this book. Yeah? And we can have a look, but we've got little footnotes that say, here's a reference to the music we can go through, and so I guess I can do it on this one. There we go. There's a little musical footnote. So I can click on that musical footnote. I can go to an end note in which there's a bit of a description about what it is and who the author was. And then I can click on there. In this case, and I can try and shut that up. I can link through. In that case, it was YouTube. In other cases, in the PDF, it's embedded within. And I can have the music there, and you can also see that we've got lots and lots of other footnotes in here, which are biographical information about the various people that are there as well. So here's a situation where one can jump to and from. We can expect the reader to be engaging with the music and to be able to understand how the music fits into the argument that's there. Similarly, we have musicology books where you're studying the musical playing techniques of different people, or the same person over time of exactly the same piece of music. We can embed that into the work so that it sits alongside the analysis. So you can hear the snippet that's actually, or the snippets that are being analyzed, and you can say, you know, is this valid? There's the music. You know, is this a valid argument? There's not some description going on. It's the music there. Or we can embed videos from anthropology works in which we've got a few books on storytelling. Storytelling in northern Zambia has got a whole bunch of videos embedded in it of the stories being told, because it's really important, not just the words that were said, but how they said it and how they engaged with the audience. You can put the video into the work, and then the author gets a bit, oh, geez, you know what happened? People write into me and tell me that I misinterpreted that hand gesture. You know, that's scholarship. That's what it's all about. He misinterpreted, and it was that people could only tell him because he gave them the material with which to be able to understand that. I got another book here, Land of the Romanovs. So this is a book, this is a professor in Cambridge who had put together an incredible bibliography of all the works, first-hand English language accounts of the Russian Empire for the reign of the Romanovs, you know, 1613 to 1917. This is every single thing that he'd come across in his entire life just as he was retiring. Not only that, not only has he identified them, he's got his notes annotated about what he thought about them and what it said. And it's an incredible piece of scholarship. It's not real easy reading, you know. But as a piece of scholarship, it's fantastic. So what we've been able to do, as well as do everything else, is throw that up onto Wikiversity. And so here it is here on Wikiversity, and now it's a socially editable version. So not only is this just a printed paperwork and it can sit on a bookshelf, and in 50 years' time it'll still be sitting on the bookshelf, here it is now. It's actually a research tool because people can go in, they can add to it, they can put links through to the digitized versions of it, they can engage with it, they can do lots of other things with this work. So instead of it just being a book, it's actually it's become a fundamental research for anybody who wants to be, research tool for anybody who wants to work in those areas. Another one, which I won't click through to, but this is what works in conservation. So this is, again, a huge site in which Bill Sutherland and a few others have created a fantastic website which is trying to summarize all the academic literature about environmental policy, direct environmental policy. Does planting hedgerows protect hedgehogs? You know, that's a question which you know, quite a few councils might be interested in. But you know what? They don't have time to go to all the literature and dig out what's been happening and what the evidence is for it, plus or minus. So they've got a website that does that for them. Fantastic website. What we've been able to do is bring a book out that sits sort of at the top of a pyramid of information. So that book can be taken hold of and engaged with, because that's how a lot of readers want to engage with the work. But it provides links through to a cascade of different types of information. So you can get the summaries, and then you can link through to more detailed analysis, and then you can actually link through to at least links to the papers, most of which are behind paywalls, so you won't be allowed to read those. But you've got this sort of cascade of information which a dissemination tool is to bring out something, a format, in this case a monograph, both in printed and in various digital formats, to bring your readers in the way that they want to engage with it, and then lead them into a much broader understanding of what's going on, if they want to go that way. Finally, we just introduced a thing called OBP Customize. So what this enables a reader to do is to mix and match across any of the content that they want and create their own book, or their own EPUB, or anything else that they want. So they can look at our content and mix and match it, put it in different orders, write their own introduction, add material from other places. You know, you've got that flexibility to be able to do all these other things with the content. It's all open access, so it's easy to do. Mix and match it, and then create the work that you wish we'd done. Yeah, but we didn't, because we didn't know you wanted that. Yeah, but you know you want that, so you tell us, and it can be created. And it's, again, allowing lots of different ways of interacting with the material and giving the reader a little bit more control in saying, what is it, you know, what's the format that we would like to be having this information presented to us.